Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos. Welcome back to Markcoos Mafia episode number 54. And in this episode, we actually face some very difficult teams. So do we keep the rating of 505? Who knows? Anyway, in the first match, we face off this guy. He's got a pretty beast team. He's got Robin, Ribery. He's also got big Wayne, Rooney, Ronaldinho, Wilshere, Hummels, Pepe, Thiago Silva, Eboué, Benoit, and in the goal he's got, I think it's Sirigu. So it's all going to have a difficult team. I mean, of course, I had to play a very weak, well, not a weak team, but majority of my players were quite tired, so it made it a bit more difficult. So in this episode, we have 3 matches, and none of the crap which happened in the last episode or in the episode before that in concerns with the people who think I'm cheating. None of that happened in this episode, which I was quite happy about. But there, Campagnaro gets a yellow card for a foul, which I don't think was a foul, and Viviano makes a great save from a Thiago Silva free kick. His keeper was unbelievably amazing, big Sirigu. Here, Perotti gets a nice pass back to Cabaye on the edge of the box. Cabaye makes a great shot and a great save. So, with that in the 32nd minute, I mean, I've been dominating this guy, and like, you'll see my pass completion stats are really poor at the end of the first half, and that's only because I was constantly clearing it to absolutely no one, because I had no physical presence up front. But Campagnaro here gets a nice shot away and the keeper makes a great save. So, like, as you can see there, I was clearing it to absolutely no one, and my pass completion stat is only 68%, which is really low for me, but his was 85, and he had actually less shots because he was just dominating possession at the back, and I was actually going forward and trying risky things and attempting to actually score some goals. And in the 50th minute here, he gets really lucky. I don't know what happens. He somehow pushes Baines off the ball with Eto'o, and then I go in for a slide tackle, don't know why, and he sweats across to Luis Suarez to score. So I was like, oh well, then I'll try my best and at least try and get back. So in the 73rd minute here, Perotti on the ball passes it back to Vucinic, and Vucinic here should score, but I shoot straight at the keeper, and then basically like 5 minutes later, I end up getting the best chance in the game, and Jovetic actually hits it, and right at the keeper. I don't know what was going on. He hits it straight at the keeper, and I was just like, oh no, like, please don't want to lose this game, having dominated. But as you can see, I'm going full attack here in the last minutes of the match, attempting to at least go for it. But then big Debussy here does a nice cross in, and he ends up panicking so badly, passes it straight to Charlie Mulgrew, who had actually brought on, and from the edge of the box, he hits the post in the last seconds of the game, and it gets cleared. And yeah, so I lose 1-0. I actually messaged the guy saying great game, but I mean, I played really poorly. Like, his keeper was unbelievably amazing. I had 11 shots on target, and he only had 4, but he did play better than me, and he deserved to win, to be fair. I mean, my pass completion was absolutely dreadful for a person of my standard, and big Sirigu, for him, got man of the match of 8.0. He actually replied saying, well played, bro, and I was like, no problem, man. But from that game, I actually only got 1.7 million, so I was like, okay, I'll release Vucinic because he ran out of contracts. So I was like, I'll go out and buy a better striker, and that is what I do. I go out and buy big Radamel Falcao. He's now officially part of my team, and he's a bit, at the current moment, he's a bit meh because he's not as fast as the other players I have, but his finishing is unbelievably amazing. So Falcao at the current moment, I will have him for quite a while. And into the next guy against a guy who has actually, his team is called Fuk Kunami. I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say, but his team's unbelievably amazing. He's got Buffon, David Luiz, he's got Touré, he's got Neymar, Cruz, Kevin Prince Boateng, Cristiano Ronaldo, and on the bench he's got big Van der Merch, because everyone seems to have Van der Merch on the bench, and this is the first episode in quite a while that I've actually bumped into Van der Merch, which is quite weird. But yeah, I mean, this match, it was a special match, so I was expecting a very difficult game, of course, with someone who had Ronaldo in their team. So in the first minutes, Kevin Prince Boateng actually hits the bar in the 7th minute, because I thought he was going to score. And in here, Boateng fouls me from behind, and I was like, oh, no problem with that. And he actually got a straight red card for a foul, which, in my opinion, was not a straight red card challenge. I know it's from behind and it's an illegal foul, but my God, it's absolutely ridiculous. But there, Lampard has a nice shot, and his keeper, I think he ended up not playing. I think he either played Buffon. He did play Buffon because he played some ridiculous football. I mean, here he's through on goal. He's through on goal for Ronaldo, so I was like, fair enough. And then he scores. And again, he gets played for on goal for Ronaldo, and I just stopped playing. I was like, oh, he's gonna score. But I just bring the keeper, and he just like, I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know what he was expecting, but he sort of messes up the shot. Then big Vargas here has a great shot, and it's a great goal right into the top corner. And I was willing to let him watch it, but he didn't want to watch. I was like, I can't really do anything about that. But his pass completion is 42%. That's absolutely dreadful. I've been dominating him. I've had 7 shots, 3 on target. And from kickoff in the second half, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to try my best. And he tries a stupid step over for Ronaldo. I take the ball from him with Cassano, passes to Falcao. Falcao just chips it back to Cassano. From the edge of the box, he volleys it. Such a such a poor goalkeeping mistake from Buffon, and I actually scored 1 goal. So literally like 46 minutes on the clock, and I'm just like, yes. So in the 55th minute here, nice little 1-2 play with Falcao and Cersei, and Cersei gets through on goal. He brings out his keeper really stupidly, and I just chip him. And I mean, it's a really lucky chip because it's just out of Buffon's reach. But I equalised 2-2 in the 55th minute, and then literally like a couple minutes later, he tries to clear it with MLO. I just run around the keeper with Cersei and score again. So 60 minutes on the clock, and I've brought it back. So it's not too bad. And then in the 73rd minute, he just ended up keep pinging it through to Ronaldo, and this is the first time I've actually faced someone who, instead of passing it to Ronaldo and just playing like running with Ronaldo, he just pings it through to him. So in the 79th minute, he actually eventually does it with Neymar, who has for some ridiculous reason, his weak foot was much better than his strong foot. I don't really know why. But then when he does Ronaldo chop, I was like, that was really actually quite a nice goal, because Ronaldo chops are very difficult to do, and don't even say they're easy, because they're not. They're very difficult to do in this game. Here I should have sweated it with Jovetic, but I decided just to play normally. And yeah, final score is 3-3, but look at his pass completion and possession. 39% possession, 44 pass completion. He had 6 shots, 4 on target. I deserved to win, but Cersei got man of the match. I wasn't too bothered about it because his team was much better than mine, but fair enough. So I got 2.7 million from that, and the special match didn't get given to anyone because, of course, it was a draw. And into the last match of this episode, and this match, this guy was absolutely ridiculous. Look at his rating and his team. Okay, he's got a less team strength than me, but his rating is higher. So I was like, oh, okay, what does he do? He's got Szczesny in goal, he's got Pereira, Koscielny, Mika Richards, Evra. He's got Guarin, Villa, Hulk, El Shaarawy, Sanchez, Negli. But he's got Van der March, he plays him from the kickoff. And I was like, oh, hey, there's going to be a guy just going to ping it through to Van der March. But no, it was really weird. Instead of like pinging it through to them just over and over again, he actually just ran with Van der March. It was really, really awkward. I mean, here, from kickoff, he just gets ball Van der March, and he runs at me. And I was like, what the hell? Like, everyone doesn't really, no one really likes, like, a person just runs at you with him. But here, when did Van der March be able to do a Ronaldo chop? I mean, it's a bit ridiculous considering he's not even a real player, but, I mean, Van der March just stops him in his path, but it's a bit ridiculous that a player who doesn't actually even exist in real life can do a Ronaldo chop. But I mean, his pass completion was 68%, which is quite dreadful. I only had 3 shots, 2 on target. Actually, the 2 on target weren't really shots on target, they were more like just shots. And Falcao gets through on goal in the 55th minute, hits the post, unfortunately. And then, 64th minute, he pings it through to Van der March, and I was just like, oh god. And he doesn't sweat it, but he crosses it in, and Campagnaro, I think it was Campagnaro, heads it into the back of the net. And I was just like, oh god. And then, from a really poor corner from Baines, he just pings it through to Van der March, and it's Van der March against Frank Lampard, and Lampard has no pace. Don't say anything about Lampard, but he has no pace at all. But he actually does a really good job I do a really good job of defending it. But then here, he uses a little cheap little tactic, which is unbelievably ridiculous, and really should be out of the game. Look what he does with Van der March. He positions Hummels behind him, so that Hummels gets caught in the goalkeeper, and Van der March scores. Yeah, it was quite poor defending from me, but I mean, come on, that's just a cheap little tactic. I mean, look at that. He's caught on him, and he scores. So, I was just like, oh, well, at least that goal won't decide the game. Oh, what? Oh, it does. Oh, great. That goal actually decides the game, because Falcao here gets to Jovetic, and Jovetic actually scores a really nice goal. But he ended up just playing it around the back from about 80th minute. So I was just like, I'm not going to go and chase it after you, mate. Stop being such a prick and just play the game properly. I mean, really just using an exploit. I know it's Konami's fault for having it in the game, but from that I got 1.7 million, and Van der March was man of the match, of course. And that's the end of the episode. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more. And yeah, next video will be out as soon as possible. And catch you later.